It's time for Contessa's Court with Wanda Julian. Wanda owns, creates, and runs 7 magazines. Each magazine is focused on health, beauty, and luxury. Her business motto is to share beauty and goodwill with the world. Now, it's time for the show, Contessa's Court.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We're on season 2. This is episode, I forgot, so many already. Welcome our guest, Chai. I think I said that wrong. I'm sorry. Did I say it wrong?
Chi,
like, I'm not sure where.
like the energy.
Like energy. There you go.
Yes.
Hello. This is Chi. Welcome our guest. I'm going to give her a hug.
Love it.
For saying her name wrong. I'm like, and I was like battling with myself. I'm like, which one is it now? She just told me and I forgot already.
I get it all the time. You're good. I love it.
Okay, so I'm so happy to have you, and I'm so happy that you're a part of our show this week. And can you share with our listeners a little bit about yourself and your business?
Absolutely. So again, Chi Smith, as you can see, I'm a wellness care counselor, also wellness care coach. I come from a family background of healthcare professionals, and so I kind of went along the same tagline, if you will, as it relates to helping individuals. And so I practice here in the Metroplex of Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas. I'm a wife, I'm a mother of 3, and I'm also an author. So I love reading as much as writing. So I've been writing since I was 11, and surprisingly discovered truly a gift to really write maybe around the age of 17 is when I started entering into various competitions for writing poetry.
That's amazing. So, and you're a mother of 3. I have 2 boys myself. One just turned 30. And I know you're like, how can she be past 30, right?
Right. I was like, wait, you just had a 25th birthday, right?
Right. And I'm going to be 29 and holding forever. So I'm not sure the math on that. I just won't say his age. He looks young too. So, good genes. And then I have a 14-and-a-half-year-old boy. So I got 2 boys. I love being a mom. I love being a wife. Shout out to Robert. Hi. He's usually right here next to me. He's not next to me right now, but they're kind of like our rock, right? Don't you think of your family as your rock?
Oh, I'm telling you, it's my foundation. And if nothing else, they keep you humble, right? So
exactly.
Humble, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. You said you had 2 boys. I have 2 boys and a girl, and so my baby girl is the youngest out of the bunch, and so I totally get having the 2 boys first, and they have their own experience of their own. But I'm telling you, if it wasn't for my lovely husband, my partner, just my shoulder to cry on, the person to, again, let me know, hey, who you really are from day to day.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trade it for the world.
They keep us centered.
Yes.
And where we're supposed to be, at that even keel, because I know that's why with the magazines, because I have magazines, we need to talk about getting you in them. I bring up my best friends with me as I'm elevating. I'm bringing them up too, and they both work for me. And now we have my best friend Cindy. Her son Alex is starting to work and do research and things like that. So I stay up on the hottest trends, the latest trends, all of and then now he's 21, so he knows all that. I'm 29. Well, I know it too, but I know it more from a 29-year-old.
What are you talking about? You taught him.
Exactly. Hello. So tell us, who are your customers for your book, and who are your clients? Like you said, like abroad.
Oh gosh, so my target audience as relates to clientele that will filter into books is women, youth
Mhm.
for sure, and then of course again being a wellness coach, those who have had challenges with their health over a number of years, right? Whether they've had early stages of a diagnosis or just most recently, and or it's something that's hereditary and they just haven't figured out how to manage it. And so that actually filters over into my books as it relates to the author audience, right? A lot of women are reading what I'm writing, as well as the youth. And I write it in such a way that even young people can read it and they can carry it with them through their adult life. A lot
Mhm.
too of what I write for the readers is absolutely from a spiritual wellness perspective, if you will. So, and of course, if I can tinker any type of physical wellness in there, then I'll put that in there. It's like a bonus for them, but a lot of it is arranged around spiritual wellness. We don't talk a lot about spiritual wellness. We talk a lot about
Mhm.
jumping into the gym, doing your yoga class, make sure you do your little circuits and things like that, weights and all that. But what about spiritual wellness?
Mhm.
How was that really? Are you building that up? And so, yeah,
Right.
that is exactly what I do.
I love it. So, do you recall a specific aha moment that led you to the launch of your business?
Oh goodness, yes. So I actually have my own testimony of going through my own health battles and challenges, and have seen several specialists and physicians and this center there, this hospital there, and no one can figure anything out. And literally just having a God moment, if you will, and literally heard the Holy Spirit speak to me as to how I should really walk this thing out regarding my health. And, I'm like, well, but mom says this and auntie says that and cousins say this and grandma, again, coming from a family of nurses, I'm like, I'm using all of the book knowledge, and the Holy Spirit said, this is a different type of knowledge. And so literally from that moment, listening to that inner man and following every step of the way, I was like, I gotta tell people about this, but it's gonna be in the way that it's a step-by-step process to help people really, manage. If even if it never goes away, how can you manage and still enjoy the fullness of life?
Yeah, I love it. And what really motivates you to jump out of the bed every morning besides your three kids that waking you up, right?
Well, actually, we're down to one now because the other two are in college. So I'm like,
Oh,
but still, that phone rings too. That makes me jump up out of bed. Still, I'm like, you're in college. Why are you calling us? No, kidding.
uh-huh.
So my passion for people, Miss Wanda.
Yes.
I have always had such a heart for God's people,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know everything, but what I do know, I heard a wise man share with me years ago that you don't want to die full, you want to transition empty. And of course, it didn't make sense to me then. I was a teenager when I heard that. I was like, okay, what does all that mean? And it wasn't until I got in my 20s and had another aha moment and realized that there was so much information on the inside of me. I really felt like I was bloated. I was just too full, like I needed to release. And so once I really started sharing my knowledge and information that I knew, and it wasn't I was trying to be a know-it-all, I was like, I just can't hold all this information to myself. Somebody needs to know this information.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just a passion to share the knowledge with people. That's what gets me up out of the bed. I'm like, there's somebody who needs to know something today. There's someone who's looking for some information that I have. And so because I believe that and I wake up with that expectation, it never fails. Every day is a mission accomplished. I'm able to come up, whether it's gas station, grocery store line, in the elevator, there's opportunities. And so that's what gets me up every day. That's what makes me get up with all this energy. Okay. Remember, chi means energy. You're like, oh gosh, she really does have it.
Yeah, you do. I love it. I love it. So what sets your business apart and what unique need are you filling for your customer or client?
Again, not too many people focus on the spiritual wellness side. And so I would say that's
Mhm.
what is the biggest part of what I do that sets my business apart is the spiritual wellness. Look, we
Yeah.
have people dealing with anxiety, depression. I mean, the number of mental illnesses that are out there that people have never even heard of before, right? I mean, it's just how do you manage all of that? And then what does God say about all that? Because let's be
Mhm.
honest, back in the day, if you heard that someone had a mental illness, you were kicking them out of the church. I mean, if we really read history, you kicked them out. They were exiled. They weren't normal. They couldn't be a part of the general population. Literally, they were exiled from cities. And so, bringing that to communities and letting them know how to be that support system, I would say that with the knowledge, of course, right? Sharing that knowledge with them, and just bringing those tools and resources, I would say that is what sets me apart for sure.
That's amazing. And why is your service especially important in today's modern world?
Have you watched the news lately? No.
Oh no, I can't. I can't. I don't want to. It's too depressing.
Oh gosh. Our world is looking for something
Yes.
to literally utilize. We're in such an informational world, but I truly believe that we're in a place to where people are looking for something that they can, like a real tool that they can go out, or real keys they can use to unlock the door, or the real resources that they can absolutely activate and get results. And
Yeah.
so that is, I mean, our world needs that right now. They need um, realistic tools and resources and keys to activate and truly get results. And, in this line of work, you have to be patient for sure, right? And again, a part of that is, again, bringing that knowledge into the books that I write, and are a part of the different co-author projects as well that I'm a part of. That I partner with this wonderful lady, Maisha Barnett. We're two visionaries right now that it's just kicking out different co-author projects, and it's truly providing an opportunity for people to even write their story, because people, again, I don't know everything, right, Miss Wanda? So someone knows something that I don't. And so providing that opportunity to collaborate and bring all of that together is just phenomenal. And bringing that to the world is what they need right now.
Amazing. We'll be back in a moment.
Join the tour that Angie B presents as we head to El Segundo, California, March 17th and 18th, 2023. There'll be a pound cake tasting challenge, a 50-50 raffle, special awareness workshops, meet and greet the authors, and take home an autographed copy. For more information, search for the event on Facebook or call 407-914-6519. That's 407-914-6519. California, here we come. Worthy women who are of the righteous. The new book coming soon from visionary Chi Smith and Maisha Barnett. Devotional categories include business, grief, finances, health and wellness, relationships, parenting, mental illness, aging and caregiving, and so much more. Published by Barnett Publishing, featuring stories from Sister Sheree Jenkins, Sister Iris Wright, Sister Monique Pompey, Sister Jacqueline Rosier, Sister Sherelle Palmer, and Sister Erica Peterson. Worthy women who are of the righteous. Devotional coming soon. Audiobook produced by Angie B. Productions and narrated by me, the Queen Bee, Evangelist Angie B.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. I'm going to say it wrong again. I know. Welcome. I don't want to say it wrong. Chi, like energy. Did I say it right? Yes! I'm dancing.
Love it. I love it. Wonder we're gonna have a party together. I'm loving your energy.
Yeah, it's good, right? I was like, commercial already? That commercial went really fast. And then, okay, so can you share more detail in the kinds of service and products you offer?
Sure. So again, the services are counseling services, right? Coaching services. Of course, any type of public speaking, because we're finding that a lot of what we're sharing, even in a group setting or individual setting, we meet all different type of clients, and they're like, you know what, we can absolutely use this in our schools, at our church, at our women's group, Rotary Club, whatever that is, right? And so we offer that. I do have a product line by the name of Earth G that helps with the external skincare along the journey with starting up the practice with the two founders, Healing Thine Hearts, again, which is located in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex here in Texas. I realized that, maybe doing a double duty, do the external work and the internal work, which is the counseling, boom, will make just a perfect blend. And so, hey, who doesn't love a great skincare product that's going to aid them along the way, and it can be used daily. So we have that. Those are the products. And then again, the services. Of course, with any type of reading material, we have your how-to-dos. We have biblical keys is what we like to call them. Literally, they are keys for your life, from suicide prevention, grief, depression, worrying, employment, caregiving, anxiety, you name it, we have it. And those give you 4 steps. It helps you define what certain things are, whatever that book is. So let's just say in particular caregiving, right? You understand what exactly is caregiving, right? And then it helps you understand why is caregiving important, right? And then it definitely provide you with steps on how to properly care for someone. And what does God say about caregiving? Some people think that that's a minimal or medial, position and role. That is, to be a caregiver, you have a special calling on your life. Not everyone can do it. So yeah, we just have a plethora of books. We also provide certification training through our practice, which a lot of organizations don't do, or it's a total separate organization. And so we literally have been in operation for 22 years, and we help certify those who are looking to be life coaches, those who are wanting to be a therapist, those who are looking to become a counselor. And so we provide a 3.5-day certification. You're certified in the state of Texas, and you can take that nationwide.
I love that. And was that you in the last commercial?
Yes.
Yay, you're a star.
Looks my twin. No, that was me.
That's awesome. And I would imagine you have all sorts of client success stories. What's one that really stands out?
Oh, wow. That's a good one, Miss Wanda. So I do have testimonials, but the most important ones are when I have a client that comes in for an initial challenge, right? And whether they are with me for 2 years, 3 years, 2 months, 3 months, whatever that looks like, based on their needs, to see that they literally were able to walk out every tool and resource and their life got better. It wasn't me. It was that they actually used the tools and resources. It's kind of like when you get a Christmas gift or a birthday gift and you don't really use the gift, right, that's provided to you. How you really know if that thing, when you get that phone call, hey, Wanda, did you ever use that, screwdriver that I gave you 2 Christmases ago? That electric screwdriver, right? The person who gave it to you thought of it so much that they were like, Wanda's got to have this because it's going to help her with this. It's going to cut down time. She's going to drill faster. She's going to be able to put up all the pictures in the house now. They thought something so awesome about that tool that they wanted to give it to you, but only you would be able to know how awesome that tool is unless you use it. And right. So for me, that's kind of how the testimonials are with the clients. It is not until they use the tools that is given to them that I know will work. And once they utilize those tools and they see how awesome it is for their daily life, it's just phenomenal to see that.
I love that. And how do clients typically hear about you? And are there certain life moments that usually lead them to seeking you out?
So I do a lot of interviews. I do a lot of these as well. But again, we've been in operation for 22 years. And so we're all in the community. We travel abroad. We've done work in Cuba. We've done work in Africa. We're getting ready to go to Germany. We cater to first responders and veterans. Again, our biggest focus is blended families. Our co-founders are a blended family. And so, we're everywhere. We partner with a lot of big names. And so that also helps with how we get out there and how our clients find us. We have our niches, right? As we were partnering with our different partners. And so how one finds us, we're on Psychology Today. We're on Get Help. Is it Get Help? We're on, this other tool just through Simple Practice, but I can't remember the name of their program. But yeah, you can look us up through Psychology Today, and we're there. We're there.
Okay, and why are kids so depressed right now? How can we help them?
Oh wow. Well, kids are it's a number of reasons. And you can't. This is we will be here all day, Ms. Wanda, talking about this. But there's just different variables for our youth. The most important thing is kind of understanding their perspective about the world and their life in the world. Because a lot of depression comes because they don't have a sense of self-identity, right? Self-image, self-value, self-worth. And so when you struggle with that, you struggle with finding your place in the world, even as it relates to your own family. So how can you help? I would say don't be open to having a conversation with your youth and see if they're open to going to counseling or therapy, right? And then maybe helping educate them, letting them know that there are special therapists out there that only focus on the youth. I deal with youth who have disabilities, those with physical as well as those that you don't see, right? Visual impaired, hearing impaired. I have a lot of clients who are diagnosed with ADHD, right? So I do absolutely have clients who have dealt with depression and have been on medication and are currently on medication for that. But again, most of the depression that I'm seeing happening today is really as it relates to who am I and where do I fit in the world today?
Absolutely. I can relate. And then I find your work fascinating. Is there anything that we did not cover that you would like to share?
Oh goodness. Again, we offer services through telehealth. So we're nationwide, and we also do international work. We do have all different type of hours with the current counselors that we have. So I would just say, if you can go to healingthinehearts.org, healingthinehearts.org or hearts.org, and you can absolutely look at the counselors who are there, read a quick bio about them, their areas of focus. And again, if that's something that, if any of those areas of focus are of interest to you, we do a 10-minute consultation just to make sure it's a good fit. And then we aid you moving forward as it relates to setting up services.
That sounds amazing. That sounds amazing. Would you like to when is the book coming out? Or is it too late to write my story in the book?
No, it's not too late. We have a launch date in spring. However, in April, but we have had some conversations. Again, my partner and co-visionary, Maisha Barnett, we're definitely open and looking for more authors to join us. It's a women's devotional, a worthy women who are of the righteous anthology. It is absolutely open up to women. And as you can see via the commercial, it is meant to touch on different categories. That's what makes this anthology very different from other anthologies, is because you heard me speak about the how-tos, not just as a counselor, but we have had women who said yes to this project because, again, I don't know everything. And so we have other women with their level of expertise and skill sets that they're saying, you know what, Chi, you know what, Maisha, I have experience in finance. Hey, I've been impoverished before. I know what that life is like. I don't want that anymore. And I figured out how to get my finances in order, and it has absolutely done me justice. And I'm teaching that, maybe I am a financial advisor already, but I need to put it in book form so that, people can learn the steps to how to become financially free. You have people who their focus is relationships. Maybe we do have some counselors, right? Maybe some people, hey, they're just parents. We have a wonderful author. She's 70. And at the beginning, she was like, Chi, am I too old to, I'm like, are you kidding me? No, you've got information that none of us have. You've seen some things, right? And so she's bringing her expertise, her entrepreneurship with her. Oh my gosh, we have so many women that are a part of the anthology that are bringing a skill set, and they're giving you the how-tos. They're giving you their stories, or they may be giving someone else's story, but they figured out it for themselves, and they just want to make sure no one bumps their head. That's really what this devotion is all about, is to keep from repeating cycles. If we can mitigate, these repetitive cycles in life through this beautiful devotional, and what God says about all this, I don't know. I'm sorry. As you can see, I'm overwhelmed because it's a passion project.
Yeah.
Passion, but it's not too late to join. It is
great.
Not too late. So please contact me. And I will be more than happy to forward over the information to you so that you can read it for yourself. There's a number of benefits as it relates to investment into the book. But yes, we're looking for an April launch date, but if we have to move it to May because we have more authors coming in, the more the merrier, I'm telling you, because this devotional is going to be a wealth of knowledge.
Great. That is wonderful. But did you have anything else that you wanted to talk about?
I'm just thrilled. Thank you for having me on. It's always a pleasure to share from the mental health perspective. I mean, I think it's a lot of people are seeing it like booming right now, but it's not a fad. Like, people are really out here need help. But again, the pleasure of writing it in a book form, and you can carry it with you, and again, you can pass it down. Really wanting people to understand the importance of a co-author anthology. Some people are like, a co-author, that's, if you're looking to be an author, hey, join a project to where you don't have to write a whole 52-page or 152 page by yourself. So,
all right. Well, we'll be back in just a moment.
Greetings, I'm Larita, host of So What's the Problem TV show. It airs Thursdays at 7 p.m. on Facebook Live. I conduct interviews and I spread awareness. If you follow my page, you'll get the notifications and you will never miss an episode. A cheerful heart is good medicine, and laughter is good for the soul. Thanks for watching. Angie B has and her husband, girl, they got multiple books. Girl, if they fall down a flight of stairs, they write a book about it. Okay. They got if their daughters get dogs, they write a book about it. You'll see.
Contact us today at 407-914-6519. That's 407-914-6519.
Hey everybody, I'm Bart T, and we're coming to California. Now, we're going to have the pound cake challenge once again. My belly is not satisfied, and I'm searching for judges. If you want to be a judge, please contact the information that's at the bottom of the screen. But again, I'm the one that's making the final decision. But I ain't looking for that. I'm looking for a buttered pound cake. I don't want nothing in my cake, nothing on my cake, nothing on top of my cake, nothing inside of my cake. I don't want no chocolate. That look like mold there. But I'm looking for, oh yes indeed. I'm looking for a buttered pound cake. That could have a little more, could be a little more darker. But please come out. Entry fee is only $10. I'm giving away $100 as the total prize. So, be interested. You got a good recipe, and you know how to make a pound cake. Please come out and see if I can take my pound cake home. Now we're gonna be like I say, we're gonna be in Segundo. Did I say that right? Segundo. Sounds like Mexican. Like we're going over to Mexico. But it's California, y'all, at the Cambria Hotel. So come check us out. We're going to have a great time. And I'd like to thank our hosts for inviting us down to California. So until we meet again, bring that pound cake with you. See you there.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back, Chi. I think I said it right. Did I say it? Chi! We did it. I have more questions. Angie gave me more questions.
Okay.
Yay. Okay, so what is the Worthy Women Who Are of the Righteous anthology about?
Yes. So again, it is a devotional book. We asked for a number of women to share their level of expertise in either their field of study or what they're most passionate about. We're going to have people writing about parenting. We're going to have a health and wellness segment. We're going to have relationships, whether in your singleness and or married and even divorce. We're going to have a number of authors who are speaking about grief. That is a hot topic right now, and I'm sure not voluntarily, right? So, people need to, people want to know how to experience life at its fullest and process grief. So that's what the anthology is about. Again, it's going to be the women's personal stories or stories they're very close to that they can share, but also the how-tos. Again, speaking about grief, understanding grief, understanding someone's story about grief, because it may identify with yours. And then the steps, the instructions, if you will, so that if it does indeed happen again, you're equipped. Or if you have a coworker, or if you have another family member or close friend that experiencing grief too, you can say, hey, girlfriend, or hey, young person, or hey, even your spouse, this is what helped me through it. I know I can help you with it too. Again, we're going to have categories as far as finances. So it's going to be a plethora of categories that's going to meet the entire world's need.
I love it. And what do you think makes a good anthology?
What makes a good anthology is the concept behind it. Maisha and myself, Maisha is my co-visionary for the project. And, it was truly the passion. Really, the Holy Spirit spoke to us at the same time and was like, steps, instructions, directions. I love reading a great story, but sometimes it just has me feeling good. But I didn't really walk away with anything, right? It just kind of filled up my soul. And that's fine, but then that's also temporary. I may not want to go back and read it again, depending on, what it is. But what makes a good anthology is something that you can pick up over and over and over again, and it still applies to your daily life.
Awesome. And what are the benefits of co-authoring an anthology?
The benefits of co-authoring an anthology, and I believe we alluded to it just briefly before the commercial break, is you don't have to be responsible in writing an entire book by yourself. I've come across, even myself, I've always written individually, but I was like, I just don't have the cycles or the bandwidth to write a 15-chapter book on my own. And so it was literally through Barnett Publishing that I started jumping on board with various co-author projects, because then I could be responsible for 2 to 3 chapters, and that's my part. And I've got other men and women who standing around me, supporting me with this overall story, the overall concept. So that's the biggest benefit. And then you have a support system. Again, I may, if someone, I've seen where a lot of people are struggling with their focus. Again, life happens, maybe there was an interruption in life and they can't seem to finish the book. Well, you've got a fellow brother or sister to kind of help offload that to you, or just help inspire you through it, encourage you through it. And then it's also a great networking opportunity, believe it or not, Wanda. Meeting different people from different walks of life all across the country and the world. I know I was in one 2 years ago, and it literally was in 3 countries, the US of A, Australia, and India. So it was an international co-author project, and my goodness, that network was amazing. So yeah, those are the benefits, I would say, the top 3.
That's amazing. Do you have any suggestions to help authors become better writers? If so, what are they?
Oh, suggestions to help authors become better writers. Be clear about your concept or idea of what you're writing. I love to write, and sometimes I'm just writing and I have no idea. Was it a journal entry, Chi? Is this going to be a chapter somewhere? Is it a poem? What is this? And so sometimes identifying and narrowing it down, why am I writing this? What is this? Is this just a feeling that I felt, or is this a download from God that I need to share with the world? But kind of just focusing and honing in on, what is this piece about? Is it for a literary piece, for a news publication, right? Like, it's just understanding what you're writing is very much so important. So I would say that's one of the biggest suggestions I want to share to help authors become better writers. Because there is a difference. So
right. Is this a Christian book or a book for women?
Both.
Oh,
The Christian book.
yay.
Yes. Both. Best of both worlds. Yes. So again, the book is mainly women writing it. But yes, they're all women of faith. So that's a blessed part about it.
I love that. In your words, what's the difference between a writer and an author?
Yeah, so I would say, Wanda, so an author generally has the idea, right? The concept. And then the writer literally is writing the piece based off that concept and or idea. Now, can they be interchangeable? Absolutely, because sometimes the author is the writer and the writer is the author, which is why I even mentioned earlier, understanding what is this piece, what am I writing? Because then that will help you understand how to be a better writer. But there is a difference. Sometimes you have, with co-author projects, the visionaries are the authors. They cast out an idea to a group of people, and then the co-authors are actually the writers who are, writing about the idea.
Okay, let's see here. I got one more question. Why should people be excited about the Worthy Women Who Are the Righteous anthology? That's a long title. I love it.
We've got some. It's a book that you can have in your home and in your family for years.
Yes, I agree.
I agree. You should truly be excited about this anthology. Again, with the various topics. Look, even though I've got boys, I've got one who is an advocate reader. Well, again, we've got finances in there. We've got relationships in there. We have, even in my family, have experienced grief. We lost like 8 people in a matter of 3 years, and my family is still processing. Mm-hmm. So this is even a book that I can hand off to my children. And then it's a book that stays in your family for years. It's not just a one and done. It's not just a for the season moment book. No, this is, I don't want to, nothing compares to the Bible, but it can stay around as long as.
Well, because and we live different seasons of our life, and maybe right at that moment you're not experiencing grief, but sometime in your life you're going to experience grief. Unfortunately, that's part of life, and so other pieces will touch you and mean something to you at different stages in your life. So it's nice to have that, right?
That's it. That's a go-to, something that you can literally pull off the shelf, like, like a dictionary, right? And then most importantly, Miss Wanda, and I'll leave you with this is, why should people be excited? Because women, we are the backbone of so many things, if not everything, right? To keep it, shh, don't tell anybody. Don't tell your husband, Wanda. No. Between me and you. But oftentimes we are in such a forward movement that we don't stop and realize how righteous we are in God's eyes. Like, we don't sometimes understand our own worth and the love that God truly has for us as a woman. And so to read someone's story and see what they were able to get through and go through and still smile on the other end, and then give you the how-tos they did it and how they're still exemplifying that today by using their own directions and instructions and steps. I mean, this book really is going to be an inspiration to so many, and an encouragement to all. So I really want people to be ready for this book as it launches in the spring. And again, we would love to have more, because we don't know everything. And so we want people who have different levels of expertise and different focus areas to bring to this beautiful piece. Because again, it can stay in the family forever, and they make for great birthday gifts and Christmas gifts and things like that.
Mother's Day. Easter.
Yes, off to college. Yes.
How do I know if my child has ADHD or is on the autism spectrum? I can't seem to reach him.
Well, my hope is that the parent or guardian is taking the child. If there's any type of inclination that something may be a bit off or abnormal, definitely seek your physician. Please go and check specialists, get tested. You never just want to immediately throw a child into therapy or counseling. You want to make sure you understand if there is indeed a diagnosis at all, and then make sure you're following your steps from your primary care physician and any additional specialists that may follow up behind that. So make sure you get the answer first. Never assume. Never assume. You always want to know. So take them to their PCP as well as some specialists and get them tested.
Sounds great. Well, it's been a delight having you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. And you have a wonderful day. And I wish you much success on your anthology. I'll be getting a copy. Can I get a signed copy?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Yeah. All right. Let me know when it's out and I'll buy one.
Thank you, Miss Wanda.
All right. Thank you. Love you, everybody. Mwah, 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 mwah. Oh, by the way, this is episode 7. It said so at the top. Bye.